Hi, Assalamualaikum. So in this video, let's us continue where we left off from part 1 video of topic 9 ni. First, kita stop kat sini kan on the journal entries. And untuk journal entries ni, dia berbeza macam topic 8. Topic 8, kita put ourselves in the customer's point of views ataupun in the investors point of views. But for topic 9, kita kena put ourselves in the customers punya in the company's punya point of views. So in this situation, kita punya company tu is the Islamic bank point of views lah kan. So the first thing ataupun the first step yang you need to record in the books of Islamic bank, bila ada investment baru or the customers baru nak invest in the Islamic bank's account. Okay, so in Islamic bank ni sekarang dapat duit lah kan, dapat duit from the deposit deposit received from the road woman or the capital provider or the investors tadi kan. So when we receive a cash, kita debitkan cash kita, and kita kena creditkan the equity of unrestricted mudarabah investments account. These accounts represent the accounts of the customers. So because whoever invest in the bank, the investors tu now is part of the bank's liability lah. Right, so bila liability kita meningkat, kalau korang tengok formula, liability meningkat, right, dia dekat belah sini kan, OE. And, so kalau liability meningkat, kita akan creditkan dia. That's why kita put the equity of unrestricted mudarabah Islamic investment account, which is the account of the new investors, on credit side. And in case kita bayar balik the deposit to the investors, probably in a dividend base ke, ataupun kita bayar cash balik to the customer kita tadi kan. So bila kita bayar, kita repeat back the fine to the road woman or the capital provider. Okay, kita kena creditkan cash obviously sebab duit kita keluar time tu. But kita kena debitkan balik dia punya equity of unrestricted investments account ni, ataupun customers tu punya account. Bila kita debitkan, means kita punya liability ataupun the bank's liability now dah semakin berkurang. That's why kita debitkan dia, sebab kita dah bayar balik liability kita tu to the road woman ataupun to the investors. Okay, in the case of when the deposit ataupun when the investment making profit, so this is how you want to record the profit in Islamic bank punya book. So let's say bila the investment dapat profit, kita as the bank, kita kena bayar the profit amount to the investors or the depositors. Jadi when kita bayar ataupun when the investor or depositors dapat profit, so amount account of the depositors semakin meningkat. When the depositors account semakin meningkat, sebab tu kita creditkan dia punya account here, equity of unrestricted mudarabah investment account, because whenever liability meningkat, kita akan creditkan dia. Betul? So kita recognize this peningkatan in customers account as dia punya profit and loss of the account, atau kita put it as reserve account. Dia macam boleh jadi dia macam depends on the questions, or if the question state that the profit is being distribute by using reserve accounts of the Islamic bank, or by using the profit and loss, ataupun dia tak mention apa-apa lah, jadi kita just state it there, profit and loss account. That one, just the steps of journal entry for unrestricted mudharabah investment account. And dia cakap, investment account holders, which is the depositors tu, enters into profit sharing agreement with the bank and are normally issued investment certificate. And unlike fixed deposit, there is no contracted interest expense and the investment account is not guaranteed. So that's why people or the depositors going into investment ataupun unrestricted mudharabah investment account instead of dia guna fixed deposit, sebab investment account ataupun mudharabah investment account tu dia akan dapat dia punya profit sharing, and dia biasanya akan yelah dapat dia punya profit at the end of the year lah kan. And the principles of mudharabah ni has created a class of depositors that can be constructed as quasi shareholders. So macam kiranya the mudharabah depositors boleh from a different group. So dia bukan sahaja seorang depositor, but it can be like a few depositors that like invest in one fund pun boleh. Okay, and there are like two types of method to calculate the profit. Okay, one is SIAM ni, separate investment account method, where it is like the profit yang dapat yang ataupun the customers akan dapat nanti will be separated from the Islamic banks punya book of account. So dia cakap this is where Islamic bank will share the gross profit with depositors or the investors instead of using net profit. Dia akan like kira gross profit, and from the gross profit dia akan like distribute the profit ataupun calculate the profit from that. And the administrative expenses such as provision and overhead indirect expenses will be borne by the Islamic bank. So kalau kita nak tengok kat sini, Islamic bank akan bear dia punya profit, kira dia akan dapat profit, still dapat profit, and dia akan bear dia punya admin expenses as well as overhead expenses. Overhead ni is like an indirect types of cost lah. And untuk ini macam investor ataupun Islamic bank punya side, but as the depositors punya side or investors punya side, dia ni akan hanya terima profit. Dia tak bear admin cost and overhead cost ni. Dia takkan like burden by it lah kiranya. Nanti dia punya profit tidak akan minus all of the admin cost or overhead cost later. So the cost yang ni hanya akan ditolak pada profit Islamic bank sahaja. Okay, macam mana kiraan dia? Macam ni. Dia ada tunjuk kat sini. The example is like this. When the incomes of the investment tu, let's say 30 million here, and dia kena tolak of course dengan direct cost of the sales. And make sure you guys kena put yourself as Islamic bank punya point of view. So dia kat sini kita kena put ourselves on like Islamic bank punya side lah. So that now you akan faham. Sekarang motif kita sekarang, kita nak kira the profit gain by Islamic bank. So let's say the income of the investment yang Islamic bank buat tadi menggunakan fund depositors tu, dia dapat 30 million, and then dia kena tolak dengan direct cost of the sales, which the bank tu memang kena bear the direct cost sendirilah, bukan dia kena share dengan depositors tu. So let's say dia punya direct cost is 15 million. So dia minus, when dia minus dia dapat like another 15 million here. 15 million here is the gross profit. See, from the gross profit dia terus distributekan the profit to the depositors tadi, which is dia kena tolak sebab kita ni tengah nak kira bank punya profit, kita tak nak termasukkan profit si depositors tu, right? So kita kena tolak lah profit yang depositors tu. How? Dah ambil 15 million which is the gross profit tadi, you times with 30%, you will get 4.5 million here. So because kita nakkan profit bank sahaja, you minus lah gross profit minus with the profit of depositors, you will get 10.5 million here. Yang 10.5 million ni is the Islamic Bank punya profit ataupun income, net income. See, net income. And biasanya pre-agreed ratio ni akan diberi dalam soalan. Contoh macam depositors dapat 30% and the banks dapat 70%. So from that percentage lah korang kena kira and distribute the profit accordingly. Tapi kena based on the method lah. Kalau method siam ni, korang kena darab dengan gross profit dia. Nanti kita tengok the next method pula. And daripada profit Islamic Bank ni, korang kena tambah dengan fee based income and minus with the overhead and other admin expenses. Macam tadi saya dah explain, Islamic Bank dalam siam method ni, dia akan bear dia punya indirect cost and admin cost of the investment. That's why from the profit kena less or minus with the overhead and admin expenses. Bila dia minus, baru kita dapat dia punya memang betul-betul net income of the Islamic Bank before tax and zakat. Okay, that is for siam method. Untuk nak kira Islamic Bank punya profit for siam method. And the next method is on pooling method, where by using this pooling method, dia share the profit at net income rather than gross income. So maksudnya macam tadi, yang siam method ni kita ambil gross profit baru darab dengan pre-agreed ratio of the profit, betul tak? Untuk pooling method, kita ambil net income of the Islamic Bank tadi, kita dah tambah, dah tolak semua, baru kita darab and baru kita distribute according to the pre-agreed ratio of the profit tu. And the rationale of this method is bank has the right to share the administrative and other overhead expenses with the depositors. Macam siam method tadi, dia punya admin expenses, right, and also dia punya overhead, semua Islamic Bank yang kena tanggung. But as for pooling method ni, admin expenses and overhead ni akan di-shared like accordingly lah between the bank and also depositors. So dua-dua ni akan tanggung jumlah expenses or the cost itu like sendirilah. Okay, that one is on pooling method. Kita ada dua method sahaja tadi lah, siam and PM ni. Okay, this is like the example on how to calculate Islamic Bank punya profit based on pooling method. So ingat, kita kena put ourselves as Islamic Bank side. Okay, so let's say dia punya figure sama je. Income of the investment ni is the income yang overall income tau. So let's say dia punya income is 30 million tadi, less with the direct cost and also overhead and other admin expenses. Because in pooling method ni kan dia punya overhead and admin cost kena shared accordingly between the bank and also the depositors. So terus je tolak dua-dua direct and indirect cost dalam income tu. And bila ditolak, like that 30 million tolak dengan dia punya cost semua tu, you will get this one. And tambah also with any like income ataupun any revenue, side revenue from the investment lah. Macam ni, dia dapat fee based income, right, 1.5 million. So now dia dah dapat dia punya net income, right, net income. So because this is a PM method, right, PM method memang kena based on net income tu lah. So daripada net income ni baru dia darab dengan dia punya pre-agreed ratio of the depositors tu. Sebab sekarang kita nakkan Islamic Bank punya profit je, kita tak nakkan depositors punya profit. So kita kena minus the profit of the depositors, which is 30% here. So 12.5 million tolak dengan 30%, dapat 8.750 profit of the Islamic Bank. So itu adalah perbezaan. Biasa dalam soalan dia akan mention lah which method to calculate the profit between the Islamic Bank and the depositors tu. So kita move to the samples of question. Let's say in the year of 2012, Bank Ummah Nigeria Public Limited Company earned annual profit attributable to unrestricted mudarabah investment account. So ini adalah unrestricted mudarabah account. It's not restricted. So macam biasalah bila kita baca, kita highlightkan the important thing, unrestricted mudarabah investment account, and before distributing profit to the bank amounting to 10 million. So ini adalah dia punya profit, 10 million. And the depositors profit sharing ratio under mudarabah deposit account is currently 70%, 30%. Means depositors is 70%, the bank is 30%. Kan, between depositors and the bank. So daripada ayat atau statement ni, kita buat like a structure of the statement lah. Dia cakap this is the contract between the depositors and the bank Ummah tu, which daripada sini diorang ni dapat profit 10 million. Profit, saya tulis tu profit, right. And then dia cakap dia punya profit ratio dia, depositors dapat 70%, bank Ummah dapat 30%. Alright, and then dia kata dia unrestricted mudarabah. Itu sajalah yang nak kena note kan. And the following is the information pertaining to deposit type, average balance and the weight used for mudarabah deposit account in the bank for the year 2012. Okay, dia dah bagi the table here, deposit types, dia punya average balance and the weight. This is the weight, right? And then you are required to compute and determine the weighted average balance for each deposit type, depositor shares of profit on the weighted average balance, means ada kaitan lah dua ni, right? And the depositor's rate of return for each deposit types. And B pula dia kata based on the depositor's rate of return. So maksudnya yang B ni ada kaitan dengan yang nombor A3 ni. As computed in part A above, determine the profit attributable to the following depositors in the mudarabah general investment accounts of Bank Ummah. So nanti dia kena kira investors A, investment 2, investment 3 ni. Okay. So kita mula start kira on yang A question ni lah. Untuk A question, kalau korang nak try buat macam dalam solution in the slide pun boleh, but as for me, saya terus buat table. So daripada table yang dibagi ni kan, deposit type, average balance and also the weight ni, korang tambah like another 3 table beside that. Do another 3 table tu, kiranya akan jadi macam ni, like this. See, 3 table ni kan table yang dia bagi ni kan. Yang belah sini table yang dia bagi tu, right. Korang tambah like another 3 table here. Ini untuk jawab soalan yang A, which to calculate the weighted balance, the depositor shares and also the depositor's rate of return. Rate of return maksudnya dia kena in percentage, dan nama pun rate kan, rate tu is percentage. Okay, so now The questions is how to calculate every question yang dia nak ni. Macam nak kira weighted balance ni. Dalam ni dia dah bagi tahu. Dalam yang slide ini dia dah bagi tahu how, and dia punya formula pun ada. So like saya terus tulis dia punya formula dekat table ni lah. Untuk kira dia punya weighted balance, kita ambil average balance, let's say here 30 million, you times with the weight 0.6 ni lah. So kiranya dia punya formula is like this. Average balance times with weight. So you will get the punya weighted balance. Right? So setiap ni you kena darab lah ni. You akan dapat macam ni. So this is yang bawah sekali ni is the total. So after you dah dapat every of the weighted balance of the deposit type, 18 million, 32 million, 10 million, 24 million, here you plus together you will get 84 million. Later total ni akan digunakan untuk kita kira depositor shares pula. Okay, untuk kira depositor shares, dia dah bagi tahu dah dekat dalam slide ni. Depositor shares, here, start from here. Depositor shares of profit based on the weighted average balance. Yang tadi kita dah kira times tadi tu, you akan darab, let's say untuk yang first tu 18 million tadi, you akan bahagi dengan totals of the weighted balance, darab dengan 7 million. 7 million ni is the profit yang gained by the depositors. Sebab kita sekarang ni nak kira share of the depositors. Kan tadi kita dah dapat tahu the profit yang depositors dapat, which is 70% of 10 million profit ni tadi kan. So dia macam ni Dia punya formula to calculate the depositor shares is like this. Kita ambil, saya tulis kat atas ni, depositors shares, formula dia ambil weighted balance you divide by the totals of weighted balance. Saya buat WB je. You times with the profit of the depositors. Okay, so profit of the depositors ni kan kita dah dapat dia punya percentage tadi kan. Depositors profit, which is 70% from the profit 10 million tu. So when you times, you akan dapat 7 million. So 7 million ni akan didarab bersama dengan weighted balance and also totals of weighted balance ni lah. So dia akan jadi macam ni. Untuk nak kira 1.5 million ni kan, dia beginilah dia punya bentuk lazim dia. 18 million which is this one, right? You divide by 84 million, which is this is the totals of the weighted balance here, and times with 7 million, this is the profit of the depositors. Yelah, sebab kita nak kira depositor shares tu, so kita darab dengan depositors punya profit. Sebab kita kena kira, soalan ni dia nak depositor shares, so kita ambil and times with the depositors punya profit. But in case soalan minta the banks punya shares, so you have to times with the banks punya profit lah, which is 30% tadi tu. But this one, untuk soalan ni dia nak depositor shares. So untuk untuk nak kira every amount of the depositor share yang dekat sini ni, kan, korang punya steps to ataupun the formula to calculate that is macam ni lah, saya dah tulis dah dekat sini. And this is like the examples to calculate for number 1 punya deposit type ni. Okay, that is the first the second formula untuk kira depositor shares. Now kita nak kira depositors return pula. Untuk kira depositors return, dia ada mention jugalah siap-siap dekat sini, in case korang tak dapat nak tangkap apa yang saya tulis macam dekat tepi tu, korang boleh baca je dekat sini and korang keluarkan sendiri dia punya formula. Okay, yang nombor 3 Roman ni, how you want to calculate the depositors rate of return, you ambil balik 1.5 million ni is the depositor shares. Let's say kan, you kena divide kan dengan this one is the average balance tadi. And bila dah darab dengan average balance, you kena times with 100%. Sebab yelah kita nakkan rate kan, so kita kena make it as a percentage. So saya ambil formula ni, saya letak dekat table tu tadi. So here kan, untuk kira deposited return, depositors return, here is like this. Saya tulis depositors return. I hope that you can like tengok video ni penuh, so that you can actually tulis balik and salin balik formula yang saya dah extract from the slides ni. Okay, how tadi ambil the depositor shares, you bahagi dengan dia punya here, average balance here, 30 million for this case. Average balance times with 100%, 100%, not 1000%, 100% sebab kita nak in rate. So this is like how dia punya formula for to calculate depositors return. So calculate lah setiap satu ini ada average balance yang berbeza. So korang kena kira satu-satu untuk mendapatkan satu-satu ni punya rate of return. And then habis to calculate soalan A, I 2 and 3 ni. And then this one like a suggestion solution. You like better to put all of the answers for I second Roman and third Roman ni in one table kan. And untuk jawab B ni, korang ambil jawapan yang nombor 3 ni, depositors rate of return, and korang kena times with the investment amount setiap yang dia bagi ni lah, yang dia required ni. So how? Dia dah tunjuk kat sini. Dia ambil amount of the profit for each depositors can be determined as follow. Ambil dia invest A tadi, dia invest 500k. Dia nak cakap dengan 500,000 dia dapat profit berapa, macam tu lah kiranya. So sebabkan kita dah kira dia punya rate of return, so ambil 500,000 tu, you times with 5%, you will get like 25,000. For A, dia akan dapat profit 25,000. For B, 420k tadi dia invest, darab dengan 8.33%. Okay, kalau awak confused kan, percentage ni macam mana boleh tahu A kena times with 5% not percentage, B kena times with 8.33%? Kenapa? Kena tengok according to the types atau deposit types. Awak tengok bulan A ni, A who invested 500k for the durations of 6 months. So dia kata 6 months. So 6 months kita tengok the types of deposit for 6 months is yang first ni, 6 month punya types lah. So ambil lah dia punya rate yang 6 month, which is 5%. But kalau B, dia punya duration is 12 month. So ambil types yang 12 month. This one 12 month. So ambil rate yang 12 month 8.33%. So times 420 dia punya investment amount times with 8.33 untuk dapatkan the profit yang B akan dapat at the end of 12 month lah. And untuk C pula dia invest 230,000 and from 1st January 2012 to 15 October 2012. As you can see, it is still under 2012. And ini dia saja nak trick awak sahaja. Kalau awak tengok, awak kena kira bulan dia lah, dia tak terus bagi. Macam A dengan B dia bagi kan, terus 12 month, 6 month. Macam yang C ni dia tak bagi bulan. Kiranya awak kena kira sendirilah berapa bulan yang C ambil ni. Contoh start from January to October. So ada like 10 months in total. Right? For yang C ni. So kalau 10 months, awak cari yang 10 months. Which is less than 12 month ni. Still macam within the 12 month punya types of deposit. So ambil 8.33% times with dia punya investment and amount 230%. You will get the profit here. Ni semua yang dia dah kira. 19,159. So jangan macam kalau korang still tak dapat, macam mana boleh dapat 8.33% ni? Ulang balik lah, start from apa tu yang kita kena kira yang table atas ni. So ingat soalan ni kalau table ataupun dia punya depositors, return, weighted balance, depositor share salah kira, semua dah salah lah. Dia punya profit pun you salah kira juga. Make sure tekan calculator betul-betul. And then now counting treatment for mudharabah ni kan tadi sama macam yang kita dah belajar tadi lah kan. Kita nak record this mudharabah contract in Islamic Bank punya book. Mula-mula kan Islamic Bank dapat fund from the rock woman, right? Bila kita dapat the duit from the depositors or the customer, kita dapat cash, debit cash, credit the mudharabah deposit. Macam yang explanation before ni, dia tulis yang panjang tu, equity unrestricted investment accounts holders, right? Itu just for like learning purposes, but if questions ask you to do like accounting treatment for mudharabah sahaja, dia tak mention unrestricted, dia tak mention restricted, korang just tulis mudharabah deposit like this. Dan lepas kita receive fine from the rock woman, in case kita nak bayar balik the customer the amount of the fund yang kita pinjam, kan konsep dia macam pinjam, lenders and borrowers. So kita nak bayar balik the customers. So bila kita nak bayar balik, duit kita keluar. Bila duit keluar, kita kreditkan lah cash kita. And kita kena debitkan the customer's account, which is under here kita put it as mudharabah deposit, isn't it? And in case the investment dapat profit, so kita nak bagi the profit atau kita nak distribute this profit to the customer tu tadi. So debitkan the profit or loss, kreditkan the cash sebab duit keluar, but kita still dapat duit keluar for the profit yang kita bagi to the customer. So credit cash, debit profit or loss. Kenapa beza macam journal entries yang kita belajar dekat atas tu tadi? Sebab dalam ni dia tak mention, macam saya cakap lah, dia tak mention unrestricted or restricted types of mudharabah. Jadi kita just kreditkan cash but not kreditkan mudharabah deposit. Kita kreditkan cash terus. So untuk to be safe, you guys just hafal journal yang inilah. Sebab probably dalam soalan exam final nanti dia tak spesifik like slide yang kita belajar tu lah. Dia macam tak adalah kata unrestricted or restricted. Dia just macam suruh korang masukkan this accounting treatments of mudharabah punya, dia macam bagi situation, and then korang just masukkan using these types of journal. Okay, kena baca soalan betul-betul. Okay, this is like the last part of the last part of our topic today, to see the differences between Islamic deposit and conventional deposit. Islamic saving deposit ni, dia macam the principal amount tu is fully generated, meaning that kalau kita masukkan duit dalam saving accounts of Islamic bank tu, kita tak dapat any like interest or anything lah, except for mudarabah. Mudarabah memang kita akan dapat profit kan, so itu dikecualikan lah. But as for conventional saving account, both principles and interest are predetermined and guaranteed, meaning kalau kita put our money in the saving accounts of the conventional bank, kita akan dapat interest, probably macam to show that kita ada put some money in the bank kan. Sometimes kalau korang tengok dekat korang punya saving account, dia ada minus like 1 sen ke 2 sen of kita punya saving account, itu consider as interest, which that one kita akan beri kepada bank tu nantilah kiranya, sebab tu bank tolak duit saving kita, as that one represent the interest yang dikenakan. And untuk Islamic saving deposit, dia cakap there is no presence of interest. Okay. However, the depositors may be offered hibah. If you guys have your own account, let's say MB account, biasanya every month korang akan dapat hibah. Dia macam ada, dia akan debitkan, dia akan creditkan elemen kat tepi tu, dia tulis hibah. Hibah tu as a gift. So hibah is not korang terus dapat RM500, tak dapat. Dia macam dapat like 5 sen, 30 sen, according to the rate yang set by the banks tu lah. Okay. Tapi dia tak kena interest. But conventional saving deposit, dia kenakan interest. See, interest is fixed at the predetermined rate, but is subject to the revision. Kena interest macam saya cakap tadi. And kalau Islamic saving deposit, the banks cannot offer any incentive in the form of gift when it is structured based on card or wadiah. Yang offer hibah gift ni, that one is just for saving account. But kalau saving account tu dia punya types tu for like card, loan account or for wadiah account, dia takkan dapat lah hibah ni. Hibah ni is just for a normal saving account. It's not like related to loan or related to wadiah tu. And as for conventional saving deposit, the banks can offer incentive to attract new depositors. So that one is the differences between Islamic saving deposit and conventional saving deposit. Okay, next. For Islamic ni, the deposit is accepted on the condition that the money will be put to work together with the management expertise and skills of bank. Kiranya kalau someone wants to open up new Islamic bank's deposit account, dia tahu yang, and dia kena accept yang duit yang dia masukkan dalam bank tu akan digunakan for management expertise and skills of the bank. And untuk conventional saving deposit ni, the deposit is a form of debt given to the bank by the customer. Meaning that in terms of conventional saving deposit ni, kalau kita masukkan duit in conventional account, it's something yang the bank tu kena, it is the bank's punya liability, which kita just put it without knowing that the fund will be used for the investments of the bank. Okay, that is like several differences between Islamic deposit and conventional deposit. That's all for our last topic. Thank you.